Would I be the asshole if I didn't cut my vacation short, even though my husband cut his vacation short? My husband went on a 4-day trip to hike the Appalachian Trail with his son, brother, and nephews. I couldn't go because I have to work, so I decided to stay with a friend/coworker of mine and have a Harry Potter movie marathon. For some context, my husband and I, both 45, got married a year ago and have since been living with his parents. Where we live, it's a high of about 90 degrees this time of year. My job requires I be outside in the heat all day, and I work long hours. His folks keep the thermostat at 77 degrees. I thought I'd get used to the house temp, but I'm tired of always being hot. Last week his mom agreed to lower the temp to 76 degrees, but I crave the cool after being in the relentless heat all day. The last couple days staying with my friend has been heaven. She has her thermostat set at a cool 70 degrees. My husband called yesterday and told me he couldn't finish the hike and was stopping at the halfway point and coming home a day early. He expects me to come home early too, but I just want one more cool night's sleep and to finish the Harry Potter series with my friend. But my husband made it clear he would be very angry with me if I don't go home tomorrow. So, would I be the asshole for staying at my friend's house as long I initially planned, even if it pisses off my husband? But my husband made it clear he would be very angry with me if I don't go home tomorrow. So, he threatened you. Okay, this is where you extend your time with your friend and watch another series. Like The Good Wife. Even binging that will take 2 months. Not the asshole, and please reconsider your relationship. You don't threaten the people you love. Not the asshole. He's your husband, not your parole officer. Info. Why in the world at age 45 are you living with his parents? Nothing that you have described in this post sounds good in any way, as your husband sounds like a controlling AH. Not the asshole, but I'd reevaluate my life choices. Home temperature aside, your husband sounds very controlling. Is there a reason he'd be upset if you stay at your friend's longer? Not the asshole, but do examine your relationship. You make it clear you'll be very angry at him if he expects you to come running because he changed his plans. You both took time out, and you both need this break. Set this boundary now. Him changing his plans is not you changing yours. Decide if this is a hill to die on, because once he expects you to jump, he'll always expect you to jump. My husband made it clear he would be very angry with me if I don't obey him. Fix that for you. Am I the asshole not forcing my son to go to a birthday party because of the host's dogs? My son is 8 and in 3rd grade. He recently got invited to a friend's birthday party at their house. Last school year him and this friend were pretty close, and they started hanging out outside of school. Turns out, my son doesn't like going to the friend's house because they have a pair of German shepherds. This family are big dog people. Because of the dogs, I gently worked it where the friend would come over to our house or go to a third space. More recently, sports have picked up, and so there is less time for these hangouts. So, inherently we haven't had to address or avoid going to this friend's house. I asked him if he wanted to go to the party. He said only if the dogs weren't there. I said okay. I broached the topic with friend's parents, and they shut it down on removing or putting away the dogs. They said it's the dog's house, and if we put them away they'll destroy the room they put them in. I told them my son would not be coming. They got mad. The party is next weekend. Am I the asshole? Nah. Your son doesn't want to go because there are big dogs that scare him, and you support him. Spot. You're not raising a spoiled child. You're raising someone who knows how to recognize when they're uncomfortable. Other parents can keep their dogs loose as much as they want, but they must also accept that this limits who can feel comfortable in their home. They can't get angry because someone chooses not to attend. Parties are for fun, not involuntary exposure therapy. You did the right thing. You asked, you offered alternatives, you were respectful. If there is no fix, it just won't go away. End of story. Not the asshole, and if they can't put the dogs away without them destroying the room, then they clearly have issues with these dogs anyway. Not the asshole. I think the fact that the dogs will destroy a room when left unsupervised would make me okay with not letting my child go to that house. That sounds like bad separation anxiety, which can lead to other unwanted behaviors. I kinda understand the dog owners. My dog was part of the family. No one in my social circle had a fear of dogs, so I never had to isolate her. However, if a guest had expressed being afraid of dogs, my pooch would have had 0 issues with taking a nap in my bedroom. It sucks that they can't/won't do this for at least a birthday party. Not the asshole. If he's uncomfortable, he should not go. The other parents were wrong for getting upset though. They made their choice and you and your son made yours. Absolutely not the asshole. Your son doesn't want to go and made this clear. Good job for listening to him and respecting his wishes. The parents' reaction concerns me. If those dogs will destroy a room during the party, they are not trained well, and I would be reluctant to have my child around them. We had Rottweilers when the kids were small. We also had a piece of the yard sectioned off to put them in when we had guests over. This protected both the guests and the dogs from over-enthusiasm. Not all people are comfortable with large dogs. Am I the asshole for expecting my niece to contribute while she lives with me? My husband and I have 3 kids, Emmett 15, Eloise 13, and Eden 8. We live in a 4-bedroom house that is within 45 minutes driving distance from some of the best colleges, public and private, in the state. My niece, Sydney, 20, asked if she could move in with us while she goes to school 30 minutes away so she could save on dorm fees. I told her she could stay with us, but not to expect her own room, and that she'd be helping with the kids. My husband and I were talking about putting Eloise and Eden in Eloise's room and giving Sydney Eden's room, but Eloise and Eden don't get along too well, plus Eden has some kind of stomach issue. We are going to specialists and getting blood and stool tests. It's just taking a while to diagnose. That involves her waking up multiple times a night to use the bathroom, and she vomits a lot. We decided to move Eloise to Eden's room, the smallest, Emmett to Eloise's room, medium-sized, and we put Sydney and Eden in Emmett's room. It's the biggest, it has 2 closets, it's right next to a bathroom, and it's the most private. It's on the other side of the house from all of the bedrooms. Sydney moved in the end of July. Her responsibilities are, drive all 3 kids to school, take Eden to doctor's appointments/labs that I can't leave work for, stay with the kids for 1-2 hours after school, and help with Eden at night. Most nights it's not a big deal. She's able to get to the bathroom by herself, but some nights she isn't able to make it to the bathroom. Sometimes she throws up. Sometimes she wakes up with a tummy ache and needs a little help going back to sleep. Sydney can get us, but she's expected to try to resolve the situation herself first. She doesn't pay rent, utilities, car payments, insurance, gas, groceries, etc., and we give her about $150 per week as payment. This doesn't interfere with her schoolwork. She's free between 8 and 3 and is able to leave the house to study after one of us gets home. She's never complained to us about having to help with the kids. In fact, she offers to put Eden to bed or pick her up from school when she has to go home early. Sydney's parents were on a video call with her when she had to help clean Eden up after vomiting, and she explained that she's responsible for Eden at night. They started complaining to us that we're using their daughter for cheap labor. I told them how much we spend on their daughter, but they're still insisting that it's not okay that she's the one taking care of Eden at night. You are the asshole, man. That's a full-time overnight nurse for $150 a week, and she doesn't even get her own room. She should start looking for a better situation if she's able to do that kind of care. Something closer to her school, with much higher pay and her own room. WIBTA even bigger asshole if you don't give her great references. You are the asshole. It all seemed reasonable until having to take care of your sick child in the evenings. To help if you're away is one thing, but daily is a bit much. How can you stay in bed knowing your kid's sick down the hall every night? You are the asshole. She's not a full-time nanny for your sick 8-year-old. She shouldn't be sharing the room with her. How the hell is she supposed to sleep for her studies? And she can't necessarily leave classes to take the kid to the doctor either. It's one thing if she's not in class, but if you have work and she has classes, you're the parent, you're the one who should leave or reschedule the appointment. Hopefully she can save up to move into the dorm. I get that there's no benefit to her in this arrangement, but on balance you're taking advantage. You are the asshole. Honestly, I was on board until the sick kid. Getting up multiple times a night to deal with that isn't reasonable. Eden should have her own room, and you should be dealing with it. She's your child and she's unwell. She wants and deserves her parents. Also, I would look up the cost of night nannies to children with needs, and you will see where her parents are coming from. Cut the $150 a week and the night wakings, and it seems pretty fair for all. You are the asshole. You're treating her like a full-time nanny for your Eden. Taking the kids to school in the morning is reasonable. Watching them 3-5 is essentially caring for Eden, as 15 and 13 are old enough to care for themselves after school. Accompanying to occasional medical appointments is reasonable. Being a night nurse for a sick child is not. Expecting her to clean your daughter's vomit when you are home is not. Your niece sounds like a lovely person who cares about her cousins, and you are taking advantage. Also, your ill child deserves to have parental attention when she is sick and you are available at home. You are the asshole. I don't have a problem with some of these expectations, like driving them to school, assuming she's not in class or it's on the way, and taking doctor's appointments that you can't, assuming that's even legal because she wouldn't be able to make even small medical decisions without being a legal guardian in a lot of places. But as a whole, it sounds like you're pawning your kids off on your niece, so you don't have to deal with them. Expecting a 20-year-old to take care of a chronically sick child is over the top. Am I the asshole for not selling our extra car to our adult child? So we are foster parents and took guardianship of a teenager, female, at 15 and a half after having had her for a little over a year. She had said she wanted this when the options were laid out for her, none of which involved leaving our home unless that's what she wanted. We have done everything to try and help her be successful, and we're probably too easy on her, to be honest. Well, over the summer she moved on with her boyfriend and got herself pregnant. For context, she just turned 18 in August. She is a senior in high school and supposedly going to graduate in December now. We still send her money every so often for food and pay her phone bill. Her boyfriend totaled his car last year, and we let him borrow our extra car for a couple months, in which time they used and abused it. He did get another car, but it's a POS. Lately they have been trying to buy this car from us. My husband, whose name the vehicle is in, has told them no, it's going to be his daily driver once it's fixed and street legal. It needs some minor repairs and new tags as they are expires. They keep on us how they don't understand why we don't sell it to them, we don't use it, etc. Part of me wants to just give in, as I hate confrontation, and the extra money would be nice. But having the extra car has been a lifesaver multiple times in the past, and will be in the future. So am I the asshole for not selling it to them? It's cute that you think they are actually going to give you money for that car. They are going to lowball you and default on the loan if you try and sell it to them. Also, if it breaks down, who do you think they'll hold responsible? Don't sell it to them. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You have plans for the car. They are adults and soon to be parents. They need to figure it out. Not the asshole, but she did not get herself pregnant. Not the asshole, but you need to find your spine. What lesson do you think rolling over and letting them buy the car will teach them? By your own admission, you've been too easy on her. What will giving her what she wants, against your own wants, prove to her about how the world works? She needs to figure out adulting fast. Keep your door open, help her meet her needs, but do not teach her that no becomes yes if you beg hard enough. You've already admitted that you were too easy on her, and yet you're still trying to take the easy path of least resistance because you can't handle sticking to a simple no. Your husband said no, and he wants to keep his car, so why are you getting involved? No means no, end of story. Not the asshole. It's your car, you do with it what you want. Just because they want a better car does not obligate you to sell them one you aren't even looking to get rid of. They are adults and figure out an alternative.